I'll admit it, I've got a big soft spot for Watch Dogs 2, and these questionable, amazing, and utterly useless details made me love it even more, and could make you want to play it right now. Did you know that Aiden Pierce from the first game makes an appearance, and you can actually help him escape? Yeah, he's still wearing that charity shop trench coat, by the way. In a side mission called Shadows, you learn that Aiden is actually captured after murdering some gobshites, but you can help him escape, which is pretty cool, and you even unlock his coat and hat afterwards. To celebrate the 89th Milk to Piss release of Jurassic Park, you can actually find a hidden Jeep from the movie at this location. My favourite part is using the horn. Head to the motorway and blast the horn if you want the award for the most fatalities in a Jeep. In the DedSec hideout, there's an arcade machine themed around Far Cry Blood Dragon, and I really like these little nods to other games like this, and there is many more to come in this video. Have you ever wondered what this nonce binocular POV was all about in the hideout? Well, this is actually Eagle Flight, Ubisoft's VR flying game. Did you know that you can actually visit a strip club in Watch Dogs 2? Just go to the bar on this map and enter inside. This is ideal for those who are sick to death of hearing that spastic Wade in Vanilla Unicorn.
Whenever I try and leave, they give me another dance.
Have you ever noticed how the app Driver SF looks very familiar? Well, that's because it's a reference to Driver San Francisco, which is another Ubisoft game. On this particular street corner, there is a bloke in a donut costume, and he offers you a free hug. Marcus ain't interested, but other NPCs will give him one, which is kind of a cool detail.
Made my day. Take your donut, sweetheart.
Although it's not easy, you can find a literal sex bot and hack it, and when you do, it starts spitting out thirsty ass voice lines.
I need to see you squirt.
Don't you have anything bigger?
One detail I found rather cool is during the mission Bad Publicity, where you can find this knobhead playing Rainbow Six Siege.
You wanna get swatted? Because I can make that happen for you.
It goes under the radar how immersive NPCs are in this game. They react in such unique ways depending on the emotes you trigger, and to be honest, it feels far more immersive than GTA 5. If you whip out your camera, NPCs will react differently too, which is really entertaining.
Cheese.
Here's a weird one. If you search for Watch Dogs 2 on the Xbox or PlayStation Store, it's still stupidly priced, and even Amazon isn't much cheaper. If you're like me and don't want to get royally robbed, I dropped a link down below to Instant Gaming where you can grab it far cheaper, and you can even check out their latest sales on the newest releases and trending games too. If you go to this point on the map, you'll find some knobheads having a bit of a boogie. They also get the right hump if you try and film them.
But you think your shit don't stink? Are you gonna walk away and pretend you didn't do a damn thing?
For those who love seeing tits, arse, or a pair of bollocks in a video game, you're gonna absolutely love this little detail. Head to this location on the map and you'll find fully nude NPCs, without needing to install mods, you dirty little twits. They appear to be part of some bizarre hippie cult. They also somehow carry guns too. Have you ever tried using the RC jumper near a little runt? Well, if you do, they'll think it's a chew toy and chase it, which is a cool detail and it is pretty realistic to be fair. Also, if you're unlucky enough, you may encounter dogs mounting the shit out of each other, which again is pretty realistic. Did you know that Watch Dogs 2 is one of the only open world games to feature seals? To see them for yourself, go here on the map. And no, in case you're wondering, you can't utterly massacre them. Originally, enemy dogs were supposed to have shock collars that you could actually hack, which would subdue them for a short while, but this was cut before release. Modders managed to find leftover files and bring it back using mods. And you may not know, but there's a weird toxic waste fan you can actually drive in this game that visualizes the fumes that came out my arse first thing in the morning. Go here on the map to drive it for yourself. There are zombies in Watch Dogs 2. Just go to this cemetery on the map and head to this gravestone. I would recommend performing emotes to see how they react. In one of the hideouts, you'll find a fully readable monitor screen that even includes a few Twitter handles. I searched them up to see if there was any undiscovered Easter eggs, but it just leads to some specky bloke. If you're lucky enough, talk to Wrench in the hackerspace and he'll randomly drop a Star Wars reference. And I'm kind of surprised Disney didn't request royalties and a percentage of your nan's will to include this.
Did Luke ride on Yoda's back? I think not.
I was always more of a Lando man myself.
On the Millennium Falcon, ran Cloud City, blew up the second Death Star, killer mustache.
One celebrity reference I never expected to see in this game was during the mission Home Sweet Home, when Wrench says the following:
I always wanted to swim with dolphins. No, stingrays. Stingrays would be cool.
Oh, no, f that, dude. Those killed a crocodile hunter.
This is a reference to the wildlife expert Steve Irwin, aka the crocodile hunter, who was killed by a stingray in 2006. Another cut feature that most people don't know about is the cinematic Hollywood-style camera angle that was planned to be used whilst driving. Modders have since modded it back into the game, and this is how it would have looked. Cars in Watch Dogs 2 are way more detailed than you might think. The dicks I give about car engines and coolant tanks are in the minuses, but the attention to detail is cool nonetheless. If you park under certain trees and wait, you'll actually see leaves falling and landing on your car. Jesus, that was groundbreaking. Anyone who's played Watch Dogs 2 will know that the brand Noodle is a piss take of Google. But what I thought was a really cool detail is how you can visit the place in free roam and even go down the slides as well. And one detail you probably won't know because you're not a sad little prick like me is when you're close to the Noodle headquarters, you'll see several Noodle coaches driving around. And my sad ass followed one for about 20 minutes to see if they actually stop there and drop people off. But sadly, they don't. Did you know that modders found one of the debug vehicles in the game files and were able to mod it back into the game? I tried it and it pretty much looks like what people imagine British people would love driving around in. A small detail, but when Marcus talks to people, he actually takes his headphones out. One thing I only just noticed, and is something 99% of players will never see, is when you press the pause button to access this menu, in-game Marcus actually pulls up his phone. And I was only able to discover this by disabling the UI using mods, which also disables the pause menu, allowing us to see this little detail. NPCs are far better than similar games at the time. There is also such variety.
Like this?
No, man, he pushed her right up.
There is even a pedestrian who looks very similar to Nico Bellic from GTA 4. If you're liking this type of video and don't want to miss more like this, just hit the subscribe button and I'd actually love for you to stick around and join the 5% of people watching who are actually subscribed. Clocks in Watch Dogs 2 actually work, and some are slower than others, which is pretty realistic. And this one is seriously creepy. Before the events of Watch Dogs 2, there were talks of a local legend in the Bay Area called the Shuffler, a creature that lived between worlds and would drag people into another dimension. It was blamed for hundreds of disappearances, but no proof ever surfaced until 4 teens tried making a documentary on it and they vanished. And all that was found was 4 dodgy audio tapes that were taken by the police. Fast forward to the game, Marcus can find strange bloody symbols and he snaps photos of them, which somehow downloads one of the tapes.
The guys convinced me to come back out here. Maybe it's crazy, but I need to find out what is in my head.
If you follow the trail of the markings, you're led to a tunnel where Marcus experiences what feels like a hallucination. He then unlocks the Shuffler outfit, which also gives him one of the best takedown animations in the game. This is utterly bizarre. Did you know that you can find various victims of the Zodiac Killer, which is pretty insane? For example, if you head to this location on the map and take your RC jumper into this vent, you will see one of the poor bastards. The Zodiac Killer committed his crimes in the same exact city back in the day, and I really love this little Easter egg. More cut content a lot of people don't know about is the use of bicycles and helicopters, yet somehow modders have been able to mod this back into the game, making them fully functional. And the helis work pretty well, but the bikes look like Yoda's arse. In one side mission, you can actually steal a trailer for a fake Assassin's Creed game from Ubisoft servers, pointing fun at the various times they've had stuff from their games leaked over the years.
After what happened with Unity, Syndicate, Osiris,
Our security has never been tighter. If this leaks, you can go ahead and fire me.
And And I know some players hate it when games break the fourth wall, but I absolutely love this. Sound like it as well, you twat. If you go into pawn shops, you can actually browse a big selection of other Ubisoft games such as Ghost Recon, Splinter Cell, and other classic titles. And this kind of reminds me of visiting Blockbusters back in the day. Despite a disappointing launch, Watch Dogs 2 actually went on to sell nearly the same amount as the first game, at around 10 to 11 million copies. But here's the thing, even with those numbers, it still only ranks 18th on Ubisoft's list of best-selling games. Despite playing this game for countless hours over the years, I literally only just found out about this fully explorable forest at the top of the map. Although it does look like you can't even explore this place, you actually can, and it has quite a creepy vibe to it, especially with the various abandoned school buses scattered around. I would definitely recommend checking this out for yourself. One thing that doesn't get enough credit and is hugely underrated is the map. Ubisoft worked hard on making San Francisco feel real and alive, and I personally think it really paid off and remains easily the best setting in the franchise. And honestly, as controversial as it may sound, I think this open world feels far more immersive than its competition, GTA 5. I would love to know what you think in the comments. So where does Watch Dogs 2 rank for you? For me personally, I just always felt like it's seriously underrated, and to witness 10 minutes of utterly useless information on Assassin's Creed Black Flag, make sure to click the card on screen. You don't want to miss this video. Thank you for watching as always, and I'll see you next time.